My parents read my secret diary when I was 9 and beat me for what I wrote inside. I need you to understand, I was the kind of little girl who felt everything deeply. Every argument at school, every moment that made me happy, every night I cried without knowing why. Writing was how I survived it all. By the time I was 8, I had already filled 2 notebooks from cover to cover. Then one afternoon, my auntie visited and brought me a gift. A diary, cream-colored with a tiny brass lock and 2 small keys. I had never owned anything so beautiful in my life. I remember sitting on my bed just staring at it, thinking finally. Something that's just mine. She hadn't even left the compound before my mother walked into my room and stretched out her hand. Give me one of the keys. I said no. She said a child with nothing to hide has no reason to lock things away. I held both keys tighter and didn't say another word. A few weeks later, one of the keys disappeared. I turned my entire room upside down. Every drawer, every pocket, under every book. Nothing. When I brought it up to my parents, my father raised his voice and told me I was accusing people of things I couldn't prove. That I was careless and always had been. I dropped it, but I kept writing. About my teachers. About the girls at school who left me our things. About how some nights the house felt cold, even when nobody was fighting. I wrote it all down and locked it carefully every single time. Until the evening I came home from school and found my diary lying wide open on my desk. My stomach turned to ice. I picked it up with shaking hands. Every single page had been gone through. My mother had taken a red pen and marked up my grammar like it was a school assignment. But worse than that, in the margins, in her small, tight handwriting, she had written back long responses to my private thoughts, telling me why I was wrong, why my feelings were exaggerated, why I had no right to feel what I felt. I was still standing there, reading her words inside my words, when my parents called me to the sitting room. That night, my father beat me. They said I had written disrespectful things, that I had sat in my room and painted them as bad parents when they had sacrificed everything for me. My mother said she was deeply hurt. My father said I needed to learn that some things you simply do not put on paper. I cried until I couldn't breathe. I apologized for things I hadn't done wrong. Then they told me the new rules. I still had to write in the diary every day, but each night I had to bring it to my mother to review. The lock was taken off and thrown away. They said hiding things from people who love you is the first sign of a corrupt character. After that, I wrote only lies. Safe, hollow sentences. Today was fine. School was good. I am grateful. Nothing real. Nothing that could be used against me. Then I stopped writing completely. I tried again at 15. A new diary tucked inside a school bag they never touched. One evening I came home, and my mother was sitting on my bed reading it. When I asked her to please put it down, she burst into tears. She said I was making her feel like a stranger in her own home. I never started another diary after that. Last week I was going through the key drawer in the kitchen, and I found it. The missing key. The one that disappeared when I was 9. I walked to where my mother was sitting, and placed it in front of her without saying anything. She looked at it for a long moment. I don't know how that got there, she said quietly. I believed her the same way I believed her the first time. Which is to say, not at all.